Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series Midweek number 5, a grand final matchup here between the faction AU and Abnormal. This is a best of 5 series matchup starting on with Hardpoint Raid, then followed by Search and Destroy Terrace, captures the flag Biolab, and if needed, uplink on Detroit and Search and Destroy Riot. But without further ado, we'll get into this match and I'll hand you off to the casters for this series, Lachdog and Milboss.
Thank you, Mike. We've looking at this match coming into it, Milboss. We've obviously seen the faction play already, and how do you think this game's going to go on?
Look, I really can't say. Both teams have been playing so well on their retrospective Hardpoint games. I mean, the faction, when we saw them play, however, there was that issue where the Integral team just did not put in any effort. So it was a bit of an easy win for them in that regards. But I'm still hoping to see them contest this quite strongly. Currently, however, Abnormal have a little bit of the lead. Well, in fact, the lead, the only lead, as the faction haven't managed to pick up any points on this first hardpoint. As I say that, however, Swift able to jump onto that hill as quickly as possible there to try and get them back on level terms with Abnormal.
Yeah, Swifty able to go in and break that hill there. Luke, control of it, and Luke just picking up heaps of kills with that ASM. Two pieces in a row as he tries to back off out of there. He gets taken down, but Varenzon already over on the turtle, whacking up points for his team. They're now in front after being down at the very start of the game. Just slaying out well here his teammates. He'll pick up his first kill of the game. Just OBJ work so far for Varenzon, as Swifty going 5-2, Luke going 6-5 now. It really doesn't matter if Varenzon's getting kills because his teammates are doing it all for him.
Yeah, and this is where we like to see what the faction's actually capable of. They have a much stronger opponent now in the way that Abnormal. Not only do they have all 4 players, let's just be honest here, but they are also a very formidable hardpoint force. So Luca and Barney getting some nice kills there. Have to include Swift on that one, however, they are all on 6 kills for themselves. Brenson, as you said, doesn't even need to worry about the kills. He's still getting them, but he doesn't need to worry because when he's on that hardpoint, his teammates are doing everything possible to keep him alive, and they're gaining points alive in that regards as well. But Karami currently on this hardpoint here trying to make some plays happen. Not going to do anything there as Kazar also gets shut down, with Barney and Swift making some moves onto this hardpoint, trying to increase their lead here. And they've got 40 seconds remaining on this hardpoint. They just want to set themselves up in some really nice positions here, and they have. I mean, you look at all 3 players who are currently on the hardpoint. They are in the perfect position to just get all the kills necessary, and I'm not sure whether Abnormal are really going to be able to do anything about it.
Well, Abnormal got to this hill first. The faction were able to just come in and clear it out, get 3 down, and be able to get it into their favour. Varenzon now the last one in there contesting at the moment, puts 1 down. There's still 2 more to contend with, and Karami will pick up a kill there, being able to secure the hardpoint momentarily for his team, as they will pick up the last couple of seconds of this hardpoint. But it's going to rotate now down towards the cafe here. Is it seems the faction yet again getting here early, getting the kills off the rotation, and being able to hold this hard point. Barney picking up a nice triple kill there, and Luke picking up another. Luke just going off as well. We'll might jump on board with the Abnormal team. Haven't seen a lot of them as of yet. See if they can work their way into this hard point, try and break it. But Varenzon and Luca just will not die on that hard point.
That's certainly the case. I mean, you look at the kills here. Swifty is trying to get back into it, but Varenzon and Luca just cannot be stopped. They are defending this thing like crazy. Finally, both getting shut down there, but it's too little too late here, as the Abnormal squad have a fair way to catch up into this one. The faction definitely putting in some work, and it has paid off the way that they've played so far. I mean, all 4 players of that squad are just putting in the maximum level of work, and they are doing perfect rotations. I mean, look at this. They're already on that next hardpoint, able to get it straight away. They are a good they're a good 50 points ahead of the opposition. And I mean, that is the perfect position to be in if you are the faction. I mean, both teams are hotly contesting it, but my gosh, is this going well for them?
I was just on Luca there. He almost cleaned up an amazing triple kill, turning on 2 players, almost getting the 3rd. Not going to be able to do that though. Swifty trying to pick up kills out the back. Let's jump on board with Lorenzo as he is just being pushed out of the hill. Karimi and Rawsy being able to hold that one at the moment for the team of Abnormal, and they are slaying out quite well, but they are struggling to get the hard points when it matters at the start. They're getting a bit of scrap time every now and again. At the moment, I believe they've got the last 20 seconds or so on this one, but Barney will clear that out, pick up a couple of points on that one. They're going to rotate back towards mid, try and get some more points on this mid hard point, and they do get onto it pretty quickly here, Abnormal, and are able to get a few kills. That Stim, though, just not allowing them to pick up kills, and yet again, the faction just being able to clear out hill and pick up points at will.
A lot of Sims being used, as you said, a lot of Exo boost overclocks. That's the one. A lot of overclocks as well, but then there's a couple of Exo mutes. Once again, I said this in the last map, I don't understand that for such a fast-paced game mode as Hardpoint, where there's like constant contention on those hills, but the faction, you cannot get a better Hardpoint squad than that tonight. They are just doing everything right. There is a consistent contention, as I was saying, from Abnormal, but it's not enough. Somehow, besides those few seconds of scrap time, all of a sudden, Swift rotated already to Turtle. There is so much work that needs to be done from Abnormal if they want to get back into this one, because the faction are just putting everything into position and making everything that they do count. Just awesome plays all round. Kills are going down. Barney won off a 30 bomb already. We still have 3.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous how well they're slaying out at the moment. Abnormal trying to come back into it. They had control of the hard point just then, but unable to really do anything with it, as the faction were just able to jump in, contest it, clear out the hard point, and get it back into their favor. At the moment, Kaza, he's going to have control of it, picks up 1 kill there on Luke. 16 seconds left on this one, but they're going to need to do what the team of the faction have been able to do the entire time, and that is rotate better. Rawsy being able to pick up a kill now on the hill, just waiting for anyone from the faction to contest it, but there's only 2 seconds left, so they're not going to. They're going to be rotating, and they actually haven't got there first. It seems that Abnormal have been able to get there first. Unfortunately, they get taken down off it, and the faction are able to set up around it, but they go down. Varenzon now last alive on the hill, getting some shots out and some tags. Can't quite pick up a kill. Now 3 players from Abnormal take control of this hardpoint, and that's the good thing about hardpoint. If you can control one hill for long enough, you can come back from almost any margin, and that's exactly what the team of Abnormal are trying to do right now. Now they're only 40 points behind. They're holding it at the moment. Rawsy picks up a nice double kill. Karimi still in the hill, contesting it, making sure the faction doesn't get any more points, and they are playing well in the last couple of minutes, and you got to say, with 2 minutes left, 40 points of difference, they still have a chance.
They certainly do. I mean, it's really never against all odds when it comes to hardpoint. There's not many situations where you can say, when the margin's really not that big, as you can see, there's not many situations like this where you can say, no, they're not coming back. I mean, the previous faction game against Integral, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. But now, there is that possibility for Abnormal. Like, they've got that chance. They just need to put everything that they know into practice, and some massive kills coming in from Swift. Perfectly done. Finally getting destroyed by Kaza, but you know, there is a lot of work to be done, but it can happen. As you said, if you just hold that hard point for a certain amount of time, you can make miracles happen.
You can, and that's what they're trying to do, but the faction able to hold on to this hard point down a cafe for quite a long time. Very difficult to try and come back into this one, as Varenzon picks up a kill. So does Swifty. Varenzon picking up a second one, and Luca picking up the 4th. Varenzon yet again just shutting down anything that Abnormal try and do. They've got the hard control. 2 seconds left before the rotation comes out, but there's 184 to 118, 50 seconds left in the game, so that has all but wrapped up the this final result for the faction. They're going to take out map 1 of the grand final, but we've still got at least 2 more maps to go. There's no reason that Abnormal can't come back.
Oh, definitely. There is no doubt about it. These two teams are quite evenly matched. It's like the scoreboard doesn't seem to show that, but when you watch them play their separate games, you can see the skill in both squads. I don't want to give a prediction on this one at all because, like, apart from obviously the faction are going to win this hardpoint, but in terms of going forward from this one, I don't want to give any predictions. Both teams have had amazing kills, amazing plays. I am excited about the following few maps.
Yeah, definitely will be a pretty hectic couple of maps here, and when you've got, I think that that was 6 out of 8 players dropping over 30 kills in a game of Hardpoint, you know that it is
awesome.
just on. No one's going to be short of action anytime you jump on board with someone. They're always going to be in the action. They're always going to be getting kills. And look at that scoreboard: 36 and 29 with 9 captures for Luca, and he was the 3rd player on his team. That just points out how much teamwork and how well team of the faction played in that game, all being over 6,000 points. But carry me on the other team of Abnormal, 8,000 points in score, 37 kills, 34 deaths, 16 captures, which is just a ridiculous number, 5 defends. It was just an amazing game for both these teams.
Absolutely, there's nothing that either team really did wrong in terms of those kills that you were pointing out. Man, that was a good game, and if it's a preview of anything to come, I cannot hold my excitement for the next map. I am seriously looking forward to some amazing plays.
Yeah, definitely are. And up next, looks like we're going to have a terrorist search and destroy. Haven't actually confirmed that. Well, looking at the thread, probably should be doing that. But
That would help.
We're going to assume that the teams have got it right, that Luca's got it right here in the lobby. So terrorist search and destroy up next. And this map, there's a lot of different ways you can get around this map. And it makes for some good variety in terms of where people push, how people are picking up those kills, and what teams like to do in terms of pushing those bomb sites. And I think that's going to be an interesting thing we're going to have to look at, is how both teams set up on both attack and defense.
Yes, certainly. I mean, I love seeing the fact that with the faction, they really know how to set themselves up to get those clutch moments. We saw that in the game against Integral. Yeah. So it wasn't against Integral. I'm talking about. Sorry, I've got my teams mixed up. Abnormal in that 3rd map against Cruelty Incarnate. They knew how to set up those perfect clutch rounds. So I got my teams mixed up there. Sorry about that, but we are going to see how these teams can really rotate perfectly. One player dropped out there. I'm not sure who that was, but we'll get into this one as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think, Jeremy Ellie has actually invited me to the game, so I might go to a little bit of break just to deal with, just to see what's going on with the lobbies. I think we might have to swap hosts, so we'll go to a quick break, and when we come back, hopefully pretty soon, it's going to be terrorist search and destroy between the faction and Abnormal. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to map number 2 of this grand final in the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series Midweek number 5. We've got Abnormal up against the faction, and we saw a hard point there on retreat. The faction being able to take that one up pretty easily in the end, but Abnormal, they started off well with the first kill, but Verenzon picking out the first 2 kills here in this search and destroy, make that 3, and now Rosie left in a 1v3 situation. Verenzon almost picking up the 4-piece, not quite able to, as he does get taken down. Now 2v1 for Rosie. I'm Lachdog. Joining me is Milboss, and we'll see how Rosie can go in this first round.
Look, it's going to be a difficult road ahead. He's got 2 more kills to make. If he can make this clutch, that would be absolutely massive for his squad. But besides that fact, I just want to point out Verenzo. Like, what was that? He was using the Bulldog. I mean, there's some sovereign search and destroy tactics in that one. But finally getting shut down from behind, that is going to be the first round going to the faction playing that well. But, I mean, Verenzo played that perfectly for the aggressive play that he was trying to make. Like, the way that he went about it was absolutely outstanding. So, massive shout out to him for that one. But I was surprised that he didn't actually make the ace there, because he was really up close and personal with Rosie, but he just was not able to beat that ASM one. So going into the second round, of course, we are going to have the faction with the offensive, with Verenzen, I should say, taking that bomb.
Yeah, I've actually got the spectator glitch, which is always good. I'm on board with Swifty at the moment as he's trying to push the pool side of the map. He's just gone through the showers and trying to work his way over to the A-bomb, which is where that Verenzon has taken that bomb. Swifty does get shot up, but he survives as he gets taken down there by Kaza, and Karimi picks up a two-piece. So now we have got one player left for the faction on his own, trying to make a 1v4 situation.
Gonna be Luca, gets one kill, gonna be rotating around, needs to pick up that bomb if he wants any chance of planting it, of course, but he does have 3 players in his way. Spots one, able to get that one too. He only has 2 more to go. If he can get this ace clutch, that would be absolutely amazing. Oh my lord! No way, Luca, he has 1 to go. He's brought this from a 4v1 to a 1v1 situation. I don't understand this. He's behind! He's behind the player that he has to kill. If he makes this play right, no.
Well, he's just picked up the bomb. Oh, he's just gone in the wrong door. Where he was aiming, he picked up the bulldog at the wrong time, and while picking it up, he was taken down. Didn't get a chance to use the weapon, as I said, as he was picking it up, and that was the fatal mistake, really. And carry me. Just avoiding disaster, really. That would have been massive if Luca was able to pick up that 1v4, and that would have just stripped Abnormal of all confidence. But they got that round, they'll be happy with that, and now they're going to go on the attack, and let's see what they can do.
And that is going to be the all-important moment here for George carrying the bomb. He doesn't have any kills to his name, so he's in a similar situation to Barney, which is surprising because Barney is one of those slays for his squad. So I'm really excited to see, though, what can happen here. It looks so close. As I was saying before at the end of that last map, despite what we saw in the hardpoint, these teams are quite close, but shots being fired all around. 2 players down for the faction. George getting destroyed from behind by Barney. So finally getting his name on the board was Barney there. But it is a 2v2 situation. Kazar actually has the bomb, which is going to be helpful. Going to be rotating around, spots a player, can he trail him and not get found out? Sees him there, able to get the kill, and that's going to be a 1v2 situation.
Yeah, Swifty's got to try and pick up a couple of kills. He wasn't a gunfight there, he's just off as he has picked up the kill on Rosie. Rosie must have fallen off the edge there as he was shot up quite a bit by Swifty. It looks like Kaz has decided he's going to rotate across towards B. Swifty just sitting over towards this A-bomb side. Kaz will swap over to him, see if he can get this bomb down. He's just poking around, making sure the Swifty isn't too close. He's going to have to make sure he gets that bomb down, though. Doesn't want to wait too long. He is looking for this kill quite a lot, wasting a lot of time, but he's going to get... He's going to get the plant down, 5-second plant, so that should be fine to get that one down. And now he's got 45 seconds to try and hold out as Swifty has to work his way up. He has a scope in his back pocket, but I think Bal will probably be more used to him.
I'm going to agree with you there with that one, but Kazar cutting that so finely there with, I believe, from what I could see, it was literally one hundredth of a second or whatever it is. So that was a very close plant there, but he's going to spot him here. Swift makes the kill. Nice work. Going to have plenty of enough time to make the defusal there. So good clutch up from him, meaning that his squad, the faction AU, are going to take this round.
Yeah, that's right. And probably could have heard him a boost up there. Swifty did use his boost right next to where Kazza was, and Kazza didn't really seem to react to that sound whatsoever, which was a little interesting. But that, you know, sometimes you just don't hear things. So he might have heard it in the in a different spot to where it actually was. Swifty trying to go for the scope, just burst up at the wrong time, so it doesn't pick off that kill. Barney's going to pick off the first blood of the round, taking down Carry Me LE. It's currently 2-1 in favour of the faction, and 3-3 in terms of play count for this round as Barney goes down. Luke being able to pick up George there in a nice trade for the team of TF Varenzon. He's going to get this bomb down 3v2. And Rawsy and Kaza, they've got a big job ahead of them, and Kaza will pick up one on Varenzon just after the bomb gets planted. So 2v2, but that bomb defuse still has to happen. Rawsy takes down Swifty, and now Luke has to defend that bomb. He'll pick up one kill with the Bulldog. Now he's going to get the bell out, try and wait for this player to contest him. Is he going to see him? Yes, he is. Gets the kill, and Luke will take out that round. That'll be 3-1 to the faction. And it looked a little bit shaky at one point there, that round, when Luke had that 2v1 situation after a couple of kills went in favour of Abnormal, but it seems like the faction just held strong.
Yeah, they've got their teamwork down pat, and they are working well in that regards. I mean, we are seeing a team that is now pushing together very well and able to combine towards the objective with such a force that just stops anything that Abnormal do in their way. Now, the caster glitch seems to love Swift because I'm now stuck on him for 2 rounds in a row, which is not helpful because I can't see the offensive team. But right there, Karimi able to get off the first pick. Very important now because we are going to see a 3v4 situation. Also, well, not also, just on top of that, in favour of Abnormal there. Make that a 2v4 situation, so the faction not having it lucky there. Varenzon, last alive for his squad, has 4 players to deal with. That is going to be a difficult task ahead of him, as I can see Abnormal are just so well structured in their positioning right now. And the kill goes down, and that is the second round going in favour of Abnormal, meaning it's a 2 to 3 round count. Not much in it really, because all of a sudden they've been able to get a clean sweep. None of their players died, which is exactly what you want in a round of search and destroy.
Yeah, that's right, but you have to keep in mind that that 3-1 lead means that the faction only need to just keep winning their attacking rounds, and they should be able to take out the game, because if they can lose all their defensive rounds, win all their attacking rounds, they'll still win by at least 1 round, maybe 2. So it's not going to worry him too much that the team of Abnormal came back for that round. If the faction can hold strong, take out this round as Swifty picks up the first kill, they should be able to stay in this one with the 2-round lead. Rawsy takes down Swifty in the process though, so a bit of a trade going on so far this round. Luke's pushed up quite a long way, so is Varenzon. They're trying to get onto this A bomb site yet again. Barney's just watching the flank, just checking out the pool area. Can't see anyone at the moment. Gonna go with that cloak. Sees 2 players, picks up 1, can't pick up the second, as Rawsy will shut him down, make that a 1v2 situation. Rawsy has Luke and Varenzon to deal with, and they're going to rotate to B. He doesn't know that at the moment. He's just waiting around fire to try and pick up a couple of kills.
And those kills are all important at the moment for his squad. I mean, we've got Rawsy now, last alive on his squad, trying to make a play around to B. Gonna have to rotate here because the faction did the exact same thing, rotated to B, and were able to get that kill. Rawsy gonna come in contact with a player, Varenzon, quite soon. I don't know where Varenzon's really looking for, but, I mean, he keeps up on this path. Rawsy's going to come right in front of him. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make anything happen, but I mean, looking at these positional plays here, there's going to be the kill there, and it is the kill, and that is going to be Varenzon with that sneaky little spot there, able to spot Rawsy as he comes up the stairs, and that is what I'm talking about with these positional plays, and the faction just seem to know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, Rawsy just didn't play that well enough. He played it way too slow. Could have definitely contested a lot earlier. He knew after checking a couple of spots where, in general, that the 2 players were going to be. He knew there was going to be one up top, no doubt, and there was always going to be one within distance of the bomb to be able to hear that defuse to make sure no ninjas were going to go down, and that is exactly what he needed to really try and predict, or at least just check a lot quicker, because he was just too slow in checking the spots, and he only had about 15 seconds. Even if he got that 1 kill, he still wouldn't have been able to get that defuse. So very, very slow play there by Rawsy. Into this next round though, Varenzon and Swifty already gone down. Carry Me has gone down for the team of Abnormal. Kaza has tried to push over to A. They deciding it's not the best idea, so they're going to rotate back towards B, and Luca is trying to chase. He has spotted that someone's there, but he's going to wait for them to contest him. They're not going to, though. They're going to rotate all the way around all three players. Luca has a 1v3 to take. He's got the Bulldog in hand. I'd say he's got something in his back pocket that will help him a little bit more over long range, which is going to be what he wants to use. That's going to be the Bell as he's working across, and Abnormal, they're set up in a good position, though.
They certainly are. I mean, he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Sees the player behind him, not able to do anything about it. I don't know what those reactions were, but somehow, Kaza was just able to turn around and get that hipfire kill with the ASM-1. Such a dominant short-range gun nowadays with that new patch. I love it, and they're bringing this one back ever so slowly. Starting to trade rounds a little bit here, but if they can get one more on the board, there'll be a tied game, and then from there they can recuperate and get back into this one. But the faction on your screen with the bomb, Verenzen, gonna be making their offensive push. I'm once again in this damn broadcaster's glitch. I hate it, but it's what it is. Luca, once again with that Bulldog and Bell combination. I don't know what is up with that, but it's working for him. He's gone 7 for 5. Very good offensively. Verenzen taking down the first kill, getting traded by Rosie. Shots being fired. A snipe coming out from I don't know who, but they're just trading kills at the moment.
Yeah, Verenzen also using that Bulldog Bell combination. Luke trying to pick up some kills, realised the guy had stim, so he backed off from that gunfight, knew he wasn't going to win it if he contested for it. Barney picks up one, long shots coming out of Luca. George last alive for Abnormal as he just waits back. He knows that they're going to try and get that bomb down. He's got to try and contest this somehow, pick up one kill, but he doesn't really have an ability to do so. He probably should have gone while the bomb plant was going down, so it was a 1v1 gunfight rather than two players shooting at him from different angles. Now he's got to contend with both of them. He's got to work his way around the map. He uses the the cloak, goes underneath. The player contests him, trying to get some shots out. Bit of lag as well on his screen, not helping out. Gets shot up from both angles. That's going to be the round going in favour of the faction, and 3 to 5. And as I said, the faction, all they got to do is take their attacking rounds, and they're going to stay 2 rounds ahead, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And that is exactly what they need to do. Besides that point, I mean, they just needed to get that 1 round ahead, make that 2nd round ahead, and now they're in the perfect position to take this session, destroy out, and be in the lead 2-0 in this overall series count. But back on the offensive side is going to be Abnormal with George, your bomb carrier, once again. And they're going to be making a push here underground, I believe, or near the pool area. I'm not sure exactly which bomb they've decided to go to. It seems like A, but it's also changing. A lot of times so far in this map, we've seen teams go one way and then change the other way. And already, KarryMe getting that first kill down on Swift. Definitely, the first pick is always helpful going into any further combating situations.
Yeah, getting the first pick, fairly important, but when it gets traded off like that and Barney able to pick up a kill, it resets really the round back to that original situation, even amount of players. George has actually rotated the round towards this other side, and Rosie picks up a knife on Verenzen. Not sure exactly how that shotgun shot didn't pick him up, and Barney also goes down at Kaza. Now it's going to be up to Luca in a 1v2 to try and get this defused. George set up well, Kaza also up top, same sort of setup we saw the faction use when getting this B-bomb down, so we should know generally where these players are as he picks out 1 kill with the Bulldog. They're now going to try and contest George. He knows he's going to be up top B, sees him now, going to try and chase this kill, has to try and get it soon as George is running away, should be rotating back to try and get this defused. He sees him there. Is he going to chase the kill? Only 11 seconds left, needs to get this defused down. Not going to have enough time though, because George should be able to pick up the kill if he does, but Luke stays off the bomb, gets the kill, but that's still going to be the round for Abnormal, and George playing that exactly how you should, making sure that the round was secure, not worrying about any stats there, and that is going to be the round for Abnormal. As I said, 4-5 now, 1 round the difference, but as I mentioned earlier on, the faction, they've been winning their attacking rounds, they haven't dropped one at all so far, and unless they drop this one, they're going to take this map out. So we'll see if the team of Abnormal can try and stop them.
And really, it's going to come down to whether or not they can keep that up. They need those kills that George just got, but right now it's not looking good. A 2v4 situation currently, that is not going to be helpful, as Luca and Barney have just got some kills. Make that a 1v4 situation. Rosie stuck by himself for the rest of this map, coming around behind the terrace here. Going to try and make a slow push into A-bomb. He has no idea where he's going, but gets shots fired against him, I should say. Gonna try and get out of there. Not enough, as the faction are able to take that one out. 2-0, the overall series count right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we will see the final kill from Barney on your screen.
Yeah, Barney will pick up that kill pretty easily, really. 4v1. It's never going to be a difficult kill in that situation when you're just searching for that last player on the map. But 6-4, the faction take out the search and destroy yet again. And just their attack was basically unstoppable. As soon as they got one defensive round, they just continued on with winning every attack, and that gave them that 2-round win. And we see Luke, Bulldog, and Bal apparently the way to go. A KD of 2.2, 11-5, and Varenzon not far behind with 1100 score. He got 3 plants down, 6-8, and he also used the Bulldog Bal. So new strats coming in every day here on Advanced Warfare. It seems the variety is always good on this game, but you got to say Kaza and Rosie 9-8 each. Definitely held up their end of the team, trying to keep their team in it, but unfortunately 4 rounds is not enough to take out a search and destroy. Now we're going to see the next map in the series, which is going to be a CTF on Biolab, which, to be honest, could go either way, but the way the faction are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they took this out in a 3-0 clean sweep.
Look, it could happen. I mean, it's definitely, the momentum is with them. I know I talked earlier tonight about the momentum not necessarily being a major factor, but all of a sudden the faction have turned up. They are ready to go, and the capture the flag, we haven't seen that on stream tonight at all, but it will be an interesting one. Back on Biolab, however, and I'm looking forward to see which team can really make some really, I don't know how to say this, just aggressive pulls. Be honest, that's what's going to make this map interesting. If we can get Abnormal, or well, we can't do anything about it, but if an Abnormal can pick themselves up, brush the dust off their shoulders, as the saying goes, then I think we could see an interesting matchup here for this capture the flag. Neither team have played it tonight, so it's the first time. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But as you were saying, with that Bulldog Bal variety, this game is really starting to show its true colors in terms of that fact. I mean, we got to a point on Ghosts where we were always using this and that gun, and it's Advanced Warfare started that way. Hands down, we were always seeing Bals, but now we're getting all these different guns into the mix of things, and it's making it so much more entertaining to play and watch.
Yeah, definitely. You're seeing still a fair few battles in the ARs, but you've also got that variety. Occasionally, someone will pull out an IMR for a bit of burst fire action in some search and destroy games, and also in the submachine guns. You've got that ASM-1 now. You've got a bit more mobility for those players that play the OBJ, that rush in, try and get those kills up close and personal in the hardpoint, or running the flag, or whatever type of game type you're playing, and even the Bulldog, as we saw. If you want to play it right, you can really get some good kills and work your way around the map with that Bulldog, especially with overkill. Obviously, you can have that second weapon just to compensate for that lack of range that the Bulldog has. You can pull out a Bal from the back pocket and pick up some kills that way as well if your original strategy doesn't pay off. So I think we will see a lot more variety here on Advanced Warfare, and again, you've got to say that EXO abilities have just completely changed the way that a lot of these teams think. Some teams look at using that stim a lot more when jumping into the hard points, overclock for flag runs, stim for jumping straight through for uplink caps, and even cloaks for trying to get in there, get that plant down, or work your way across mid map without being spotted. So a lot of teams, a lot of players using different strats, and I think it's just what team can nail down what to use at what time is going to be the team that comes out really the strongest this game. And the faction, they have been playing extremely well, and we've seen how they've really utilised everything that this game has to offer.
And that is the brilliance of this new Call of Duty. I mean, I love to watch it, I love to cast it, I love to play it. It's brought a whole new dynamic to the whole idea of competitive Call of Duty with those XO abilities. It's not like your lethal and tactical grenades anymore. I mean, a lot of people are comparing it and just saying, well, look, it's just the same stuff. You're just pressing LB or RB. But it is really more than that. It is very much a tactical maneuver to use any of these choices in XO movement. I mean, you've got the stimmies you were saying, perfect for just keeping your health up a little bit, just to make that small gap, that small distance that you need to in a run back from the flag or whatever it might be. Not many times do you see shield necessarily, but overclock, the most used hands down, is probably the most important for most game modes. Especially for aggressive players. I mean, people running around with their ASM1 since post-patch, they're going to be finding overclock so much more useful than it even was before the patch. Which is really, really good to see, this variety. People are using every single type of XO ability. People are using every single type of available tactical grenades, of perk combinations, of this and that, and it's making for such an impressive game mode to watch, really, or game to watch in general. I mean, one thing I must say is that the trophy system is so important in Hardpoint these days, the trophy system XO, and I think that Sledgehammer have got that smack bang correct. Like, it is perfect the way that they've used this. The mute system, the mute XO ability, is just the perfect way to make dead silence, if you will, not as overpowered. And it's like, it wasn't, not that it was overpowered necessarily before, but it certainly means that there is a whole tactical use towards it. It's not just, look at me, I can run around and no one can hear me. It's literally, I have to find the exact point in which I have to use this to be able to make the perfect play. And it's especially in Search and Destroy, it is so imperative to know exactly when to use it.
Yeah, that's right. And also hover, those some of the interesting spots that people find using hover is just incredible. But yeah, as you said, the way that this game has been playing out has been incredible, and I do like seeing how all the players can basically tailor their loadouts to exactly how they want to play. But it seems that we're taking a little bit of time for these teams to get into the lobby, so we will go to a short break. Hopefully it won't be too long before these teams are ready to get into the game, into Biolab, capture the flag. But we will be back after this short break here in the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series Midweek number 5 Grand Final between the Faction and Abnormal. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after a little bit of a more lengthy break than we would have hoped, but we are back with this CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series Midweek number 5 Grand Final. This is map number 3, the Faction up against Abnormal. The Faction, they've got 2 maps already in the bag. Let's see if they can take it out in a 3-0 clean sweep, or the Abnormal can make it interesting and take out this map. It's going to be CTF on Biolab. I'm Lachdog. Joining me is Milboss, and Milboss, this one is sure to be close.
I really don't know what to capture the flag we have not seen tonight, but both teams are showing a lot of great potential. with that lengthy break there is the chance that the faction might be a little bit, the momentum, if you will, might have run out a little bit there, but you know, I'm not going to take it away from them. Currently, George, with the flag in hand, going to be making a pull through the middle of the map, going through that purple biolab there. He doesn't have far to go, but Barney has made a massive move onto the opposition's flag. So we are at a stalemate here, and he's just trying to get some kills. Now, this is the man that is of supreme Call of Duty blood, if you will, but he does get shut down there and falls off the back of the map, actually. I'm mistaken. So he drops the flag, but we're back to a stalemate again.
Yeah, Renzon trying to steal that flag yet again, not being able to get far, and as so many stalemates do, ends up in neither team getting a flag cap, both teams getting that return, and not a lot really coming out of it. Both teams just being basically back at spawn. George is going to make another play onto that flag, grabs it yet again, gets shut down pretty quickly, and these teams just seem to be trying to just grab the flag in situations where they probably don't really have any real setup to do so. They've just been getting shut down pretty quickly, and that's not what you want to do as EDF. You want to make sure that your team gets a 2, gets a 3 down, and then you can set up around the map, you set up the route, and then the flag carrier can grab it, work their way around, and then you've got support as a flag carrier that even if you do go down, there's always going to be a player near you to pick it up and take it away. But when that happens, obviously you do leave your own flag open, and that's why we see so many stalemates like are happening right now. But Swifty goes down, that flag is going to get returned, George is going to have the flag in the bag, and that's going to be the first cap of the game to Abnormal, starting off well here in CTF on Biolab.
Yeah, that map control is all important if you want to make a quick and easy run to the opposition's flag point. But as you said there, the first capture going in for the Abnormal squad there. So definitely putting in that work, as you said, much needed stuff there. But we are going to see both flags back home, with both teams really trying to struggle for that map control. I mean, Carry Me making some really nice plays. He's on a 4-point streak at the moment with 10 kills to his name. Definitely a position he wants to be in that regards. However, this kill could be a hassle for him. Besides that, a teammate does finally shut down Forenzen from behind. But Swift, with the flag at the moment, trying to run through the middle of the map over green. Not going to happen as he gets taken down by Carry Me Ali, sorry, I should say. Doing some very impressive slaying work to start off this map here with 1.5 minutes remaining in this first half here. Currently with the 1-0 lead for Abnormal. I mean, there is a lot of... Wow, okay, I completely missed that cap. What just happened there?
Yeah, well, the faction were running it across in roof, and Abnormal, they were able to take the flag away from the team of TF for a little bit. Once they got taken down, no one was really near it. It timed out, went back, and got returned. So it ended up being a fairly easy cap for the faction. And Swifty now grabbing the flag yet again. Kaza also having the flag. So yet another stalemate situation as both teams really set up around their flag carrier, making sure that they can't really get taken down too easily. Just gunfights across the mid map here at the moment, but Kaz is going to come into contest with one player, gets the kill though, will take down Forenzon, and still just a few contests around mid map. Swifty just backing off back of yellow, trying to pick up some kills, but also trying to stay alive as best as possible. Both teams don't want to drop this cap. 1-1 is the score, 24 seconds left in the half. This one could very well end up with both teams still in control of the other team's flag, but no caps to go through, and that's more than likely at the moment what looks to be happening, because both teams really don't have anyone in a position to get a return as the timer counts down. But again, flag's been dropped, it's not going to come back in time, and it's going to be 1-1 at the half.
Yeah, looking at what's going on here, forcing that stalemate there was a perfect play to just settle things down, have the game, or have the rest of this half play its course in terms of the time, and with that you can reset at a practically nil all start into that second half. There is no lead. It's going to come down to that map control. If anyone can make consistent pulls and rotations, that is what's going to count here. But we are going to start off with the faction squad with quite a lot of kills to some of the names varied here. And then Abnormal, you've got the slaying coming out of Karimi and Kaza. So definitely some fine work coming in from both squads. 2 down currently for the faction as they're going to be making a push into the opposition's base. Right now, from what I'm looking at on the minimap here, the Abnormal squad is set up quite well to make a little bit of a run here, but Karimi needs to be very careful as his teammates make some very necessary kills there. Perfect positional play, but as I say that, the opposition has now taken the flag and it doesn't look like it. Oh wait, get me wrong, Rosie with a 2-piece gets in the return there and the flag able to be captured by Karimi. So all of a sudden, they've just been like, nope, we're going to stop you here. This is where things going to end. We're going to make this cap happen. Swift, going to make a quick pull if he can, using that overclock exo ability and going to bring it back to level pegging. 2 caps apiece.
Such an easy counter cap there for Swift. Yeah, and I got to say, I question the way that Karimi got that cap. He could have gone green roof and would have had no chance of being contested whatsoever. He decided to go mid instead and had to pick up a kill. A little bit dangerous, but did end up picking up that cap anyway. Unfortunately, they got 3 down just as they got it, and that's always going to end up as a counter cap, and that's exactly what happened. Look, Verenzon grabbing the flag at the moment, trying to make his way towards his purple side and back towards his flag, but Rosie has the flag as well over on green roof. He goes down though, that flag's going to get returned. Verenzon should be able to jump through pretty quickly, grab that flag cap, and there it is, 3-2, 3 minutes left to go, and the faction have just hit the front for the first time in CTF, and they are looking pretty good at the moment. They just seem to be consistently pushing up on Abnormal's spawn, on Abnormal's flag, and just forcing Abnormal to spawn out of their own spawn.
And that is exactly what they need to do here. Somehow the faction are just at that crucial moment. It's past 3 maps. They've been able to turn things right around. Not that they were down necessarily at any point specifically, but they were able to push their own boundaries a little bit there. But it seemed like Barney was just like, you know what, I'm just going to hold this flag, get a few points, a bit of time down. That was really poor English. But now they're 2 caps ahead. Perfect position to just hold their flag, defend it, and let the time run out.
Yeah, as casters, I think poor English is our specialty, to be honest, but we see the faction, they've just picked up a nice couple of caps in a row. 2 minutes left to go, they're 5-2 up. Luke's making his way back to the flag, should be able to just go in for his 6th, and this is just ridiculous in this second half. The faction have just been able to come out and absolutely smash Abnormal, getting cap after cap after cap, and Abnormal, they've only got 3 players now, so it could explain something.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a factor. I mean, when we saw that last 3v4 situation with the integral game against the faction, did not go their way. The faction just know exactly how to capitalize on that disadvantage, that 3-man disadvantage. Like, I know plenty of teams that can still play exceptionally well with only 3 players, but it seems to be that with that, even with the 3 down here, with Rosie getting a nice 2-piece there, it's going to be the way of the faction. With 1 minute remaining, 4 caps, it's doable, but it is going to be difficult with only 3 players. I mean, a 2 down is as good as a 3 down. A 3 down is as good as a 4 down, and that makes so much difference when it comes to these kills.
Yeah, that's right, and it's almost a perfect way to explain it. If you only need 2 kills and there's only 1 player left on the other team when there's 3 of them left. Sounds simple, but it is such an important point in this situation that it's going to be Abnormal that unfortunately are going to have to cop that one, and they're going to be knocked out in the grand final. 3-0, the faction. They're going to take this one out, and really in an emphatic way. Looking at the scoreboard, 3-0 in terms of maps, 6-2 here in Capture the Flag, along with a 6-4 Search and Destroy win and a pretty big Hardpoint win in the end as well. So really, they just were the dominant team all game and all comp. So they've done well to get where they are, and they sitting pretty on top.
And they are going to be so happy. This is going to push them up, I believe, into at least second or at least third place on the leaderboards for the Advanced Warfare player points leaderboards here for this CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series. So that is going to be helpful for them going into any future competitions. With this squad, I have been so impressed, especially Barney. Looking at what he's been doing, the slaying he's been doing all night. Mike's mentioned it in their earlier game that he just has that pure COD pedigree. He has been an absolutely outstanding player to watch tonight, so big shout out to him. The surprising thing, though, is that most of the kills this game, if you look at the scoreboard, actually came out of normal. They all dropped over a 20 bomb, whereas with the faction squad, they didn't all. So
yeah,
it really is interesting to see that.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I just want to point out Karimir. He played extremely well all night. He was top scoring. I think he almost hit 40 kills. I think he was on 37 or 38 kills in the Hardpoint. 25 and 17 there in the Capture the Flag, and also I believe he was in the top 2 there on Search and Destroy as well. So he had an extremely good competition and an extremely good match up against the faction, but unfortunately it just didn't really have that backing from his teammates. They probably could have stepped up there, but unfortunately when you're coming up against a team like the faction, if all 4 players aren't playing at their best, then there's always that chance that you're going to get knocked out pretty quickly, and I think that's exactly what happened there in that one. But that's the grand final over, and that's going to be the faction taking it out 3-0, so well done to them. That's going to be the end of the stream for tonight. Just a quick shout out for the social media. Make sure to follow this Twitch channel if you haven't already. That follow button's down the bottom left of your screen underneath the video player there. Also make sure to check out the YouTube at youtube.com/cybergamer.com.au. Also make sure to check out Twitter at CGAWACS, and the facebook.com/cybergamer network. Thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. Thanks for Mikester for sitting on production for this grand final, also casting the match before. Thanks to Milboss for joining me here in this grand final. And yeah, it's been a great night. Thanks to all the teams for showing up, and that's going to be it. So until next time, guys, I'm Lachdog. Joining me tonight, obviously Milboss and Mikester did the last match as well, but catch you later.